Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, and Pods, Pocket Casts, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 134. Coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just watched Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. It is the 9th installment in what Warner Brothers don't ever label shit. So fans have dubbed this the Tomorrowverse because the first movie was called Superman Man of Tomorrow. But this is the 3-part last story in this universe. It stars the voices of Jensen Ackles, Darren Criss, Meg Donnelly, Stanya Katic, Jimmy Simpson, Matt Ryan, Jeffrey Arend, Jonathan Adams, Gideon Adlon, Will Friedle, Troy Baker, 100 million other actors. Is directed by Jeff Wamaster. He's directed like 80% of these movies, these 9 movies. I don't think he did Batman The Long Halloween, and he may or may not have done Legion of Superheroes and Green Lantern Beware My Power. I'm pretty sure he did Justice Society. I'm pretty sure he did Man of Tomorrow. And I know he did Justice League Warworld. But again, this is part 2 of a multiverse's worth of DC superheroes trying to save multiple Earths from the Anti-Monitor. I mean, this is just as good as part 1. The inclusion of Will Friedle as Batman Beyond was cool. He had like 2 lines. There's a big segment, there's a big portion early on that is Batman centric, and Batman Beyond is there, but he doesn't speak. He speaks like in the 3rd act. But it's like, I love the look of these movies. Like, these look like the DC animated universe or whatever that started with Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, ended with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Those movies look different than the animation for this Tomorrowverse. This animation style looks really cool. I love the look of these characters, especially Supergirl. For whatever reason, like, I really love the look and design, the character design of Supergirl in this universe. But again, like, Batman looked cool, Superman looked cool, Psycho Pirate. But what I'm talking about, like, the movie starts and it feels like it's Batman centric. Like, Batman is front and center on the poster. And then we get a lot of Supergirl story. Then we like some Psycho Pirate stuff is sprinkled in. And like, that's all cool. And then like Monitor, we get a lot of Monitor, like the Eternals, like, I can't get involved. Like, he's basically, the Monitors are basically the DC Eternals. It's just like, I feel like these 9 movies, maybe not all 9 movies, but the Tomorrowverse suffers from poor writing. It's enjoyable. It's hard to follow. I'm sorry, like, I don't need to be spoon-fed. I loved Civil War. Just 2 weeks ago, I loved Civil War. I don't know why the war started. I don't know who started the war. I don't know what political parties, I don't need to be spoon-fed to love a movie. But it's like, tell me, like, are we on this Earth? Why is the Bat family together? They have a dispute. Huntress, I'm assuming Dick Grayson and Batman Beyond are on like one side. This Batman is talking about he's a loner. He's not gonna have kids fighting and put their lives at risk and shit. But the Damian Wayne that is in the mix is like siding with him. So it's like, specify if this Batman is being a hypocrite, or if Damian is just like fuck it, I'm siding with Batman. I need to know. And then even that, the Supergirl in this movie, I don't feel like is the Supergirl from Legion of Superheroes, or from what other movie did she pop? She was in the beginning of Legion of Superheroes with Superman and Batman, and then she got sent off to like meet like Mon-El and Brainiac and all them. But this Supergirl in Crisis doesn't feel like it's the same character, because she's just now like remembering what happened to Krypton, and no memories that Superman is even alive. So it's like I said, this universe at its core suffers from bad writing or continuity or something. This little like 9-movie contained world just doesn't hold a candle to, like I said, Flashpoint Paradox all the way up to Apocalypse War. Cool characters, nostalgia, callbacks, bad writing. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2 is almost dope. Have you seen Crisis Part 2, man? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Part 3 is going to end up coming out into July, right when I'm balls deep in a X-Men / Deadpool / Wolverine binge, and I'm gonna have to shuffle shit around to review Part 3. But supposedly DC also has an animated Watchmen movie coming out this year, so maybe we'll get a great movie from DC Animation in 2024. Recently I've put up reviews for Abigail, for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and Civil War. Upcoming, I'm gonna watch and review Challengers. Following weekend, summer movie season kicks off with The Fall Guy. Hopefully, watching and reviewing that as well. So, just keep an eye out for Rec League Podcast, because Tuesday, April the 23rd, 2024. I have no idea what we're talking about on the next episode. So check it out. Be surprised. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.